Peace and liberation, stop the occupation.
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 Save Gaza now!
Save Gaza now!
Save Gaza now!
Save Gaza now!
Wir haben jetzt gerade gehört, dass viel Schlimmes, viel Grausames an Menschen verrichtet wird, im Namen von jüdischem Leben. Dass jüdisches Leben verwechselt wird mit dem israelischen Staat. Und auch hier in Deutschland erleben wir das immer wieder. Dass etwas in unserem Namen gemacht wird, wofür wir nicht stehen. Und nicht nur wir als Jüdinnen, sondern auch unsere palästinensischen Freundinnen und auch irgendwo vielleicht die deutsche Bevölkerung, deren Steuergelder dahin fließen. Und deshalb ist es auch ein Spruch, den wir alle zusammen sagen können. Wenn ich sage, stop the war, sagt ihr, not in our name. Many things, many horrible things, many inhumanitarian things have been done in our name. Not just in our name as Jews, but also in the name of Palestinians, Arabs, Muslims, and even us as Germans, whose money is flowing into these catastrophes that we don't stand for. And that's why this is a slogan that we can all yell together. When I say, stop the war, you say, when I say war in Gaza, you say, not in our name. War in Gaza!
Not in our name!
War in Gaza!
Not in our name!
War in Rafah!
Not in our name!
War in Rafah!
Not in our name!
Racism in Germany!
Not in our name!
Racism in Germany!
Not in our name!
Anti-Semitism!
Not in our name!
Anti-Semitism!
Not in our name!
War anywhere!
Not in our name!
War everywhere!
Not in our name!
There is no military solution, diplomatic resolution. That's a hard one, I know. I'll say the first part, you say the second part, okay? There's no military solution, diplomatic resolution. There's no military solution.
Diplomatic resolution.
There's no military solution.
Diplomatic resolution.
Thank you very much. Thank you all that you're still here, even though it's getting dark, it's getting cold, but we just keep getting more and more. And louder and louder. Schön, dass ihr alle noch da seid, auch wenn es dunkel wird, auch wenn es kalt wird. Wir werden nur noch mehr und noch lauter. Wir haben jetzt viele Stimmen gehört von Menschen, die hier leben, in Köln leben, hier in Deutschland leben. Als nächses wollen wir Stimmen hören von Menschen aus Israel und Palästina. Hören wir jetzt Sprachnachrichten. Und zwar von Yael, einer jüdischen israelischen Person aus Tel Aviv, sowie von Amira, einer palästinensischen israelischen Person aus Jerusalem. Applaus.
Thank you so much for this platform, and thank you for everything that you are doing and organizing. My name is Amira. I am a Palestinian-Israeli peace activist from Jerusalem, from Sheikh Jarrah, meaning I'm a Palestinian holding Israeli citizenship, working with Israelis and Palestinians and people from the Middle East and North Africa region to achieve peace, tolerance, and acceptance. All words that seem so far of reach, so out of reach from our reality at the moment. I will say that if these 2 weeks, beginning from the horrible atrocities that were committed on the 7th of October, teach us anything, it's that the reality that we are in right now, the status quo, is unsustainable. It's unsustainable. We can't keep living like this. People here, Palestinians, Israelis want to live. People in Gaza, children, they want to live. People in Kibbutz Be'eri, they want to live, and we deserve to all live in peace. I would like to thank you for taking us, even if it looks small, towards us, even if the step looks small, it's taking us towards the right direction. Thank you so much for not picking a side, and continue not picking a side. We are not blurred names that turn into statistics, that turn into numbers. Thank you for not, because if you support the side, you support conflict, you support war. We want to be pro-solution. And if I would say anything right now, is question everything. Everything you see, every source you read, every terminology that is used. Question and look into, do your work, do your research. And I'll end by thank you for giving us hope, Israelis and Palestinians here. Thank you for standing side by side, promoting a solution. And good luck. You stand with us and we stand with you.
Hi everyone, my name is Yael. I live in Israel. I'm Jewish. Currently living in Tel Aviv. Used to live in Jerusalem for all my life. I am interning now to be a lawyer, a human rights lawyer. I wanted to thank you for this platform, and also thank you for sending out a message of solidarity. That is something that for some reason is not obvious at the moment, but should be. Things in Israel and in Palestine are very scary and very hard. We are all suffering mentally, physically. We're very scared. We have no faith in our government. And our sense of security is non-existent. We are all very afraid. And yeah. But what I wanted to say is that we cannot and should not ignore in any way the suffering of Palestinians in Gaza, in the West Bank, in East Jerusalem. We cannot ignore it. We cannot ignore the suffering in Israel and what happened here. It was horrible. It is horrible still. And there is no excuse for the killing and suffering of innocent civilians. There's no excuse. Not revenge. Not returning the sense of security. This is not how we do it. The reason I wanted to thank you is because I feel like most of the world has become bipartisan. It's either you're pro-Israeli or pro-Palestine. It's either you say free Gaza or I stand with Israel. It's not that. Everyone must unite in one message, a message that affects everyday lives of Israelis and Palestinians. A message that says no more suffering, no more war, no more occupation. And that message is not saying we're not taking a stance. We are taking a stance for a better future for all of us. And becoming one-sided leaves no room for any prosperous countries here. We need to start thinking of each other in better terms. Palestinians are not Hamas. Hamas is a terrorist group. Palestinians are not terrorists. They're under occupations. They're suffering for the past 75 years has been unbearable. Israelis are not all occupiers. We are all, or some of us are, trying to make a better future here for everyone that's here, everyone that's in this situation. And this is taking a stand for making a better life for everyone here. And I thank you so much for what you're doing now, for not taking part of the propaganda against Palestinians or against Israelis, and just being a little independent in your minds and saying what's not easy to say, and it's that we all deserve to live. We all deserve peace. It's not unrealistic. It's not idealistic. It's just reality. We all deserve peace, or there will be no future here. So thank you.
What do we want? Peace. What do we want?
Peace.
For who do we want it? For all. For who do we want it? For who do we want it? When do we want it?
Now.
When do we want it?
Now.
What do we want?
Peace.
What do we want?
Peace.
For who do we want it? For who do we want it? When do we want it?
Now.
When do we want it?
Now.
Und nochmal auf Deutsch. Was wollen wir?
Frieden.
Was wollen wir?
Frieden.
Wann wollen wir es?
Jetzt.
Wann wollen wir es?
Jetzt.
Für wen wollen wir es?
Für alle.
Für wen wollen wir es?
Für alle.
Vielen Dank. Das war ein bisschen mehr am Zeitpunkt wieder